Good morning, VCIC. Patrick Vernon here from UNC Keenan Flagler with a quick orientation. Some of you have done VCIC before, and we've changed the rules a little bit. Some of you have never done it. So I just want to make sure we're all on the same page because we've got a lot going on today. You should all know, for example, that the teams have been busy since 2 days ago. They got the pitch decks at 5 p.m. a couple days ago. Now we're about to get even more busy here. We're going to start with startup pitches in a few minutes. There'll be 10 minutes each with no interruptions. And after a quick break, we will then split up into breakout rooms. And this gets a little complicated, so let me walk you through it. In each room, you're going to find one of the startup founders, about a third of the judges, and the teams are going to come through one at a time to conduct due diligence. So as a team arrives, they will see a timer either up on a projector or on a laptop. They will quickly introduce themselves to the founder and start asking questions. No interruptions from the judges. At the end of 14 minutes, the timer on the screen will prompt the founder to leave so that the judges can have a few minutes one-on-one with the team. And then they'll be prompted to leave. The team will exit, the founder will come back, and the judges have a few minutes to score. So founders, give me your ears for a minute. Let me tell you how this session works the best. Pretend it's real. As much as possible, try to keep it real. If you pretend they actually have funding in place, it works better for everybody. And also remember, they have consented to a non-disclosure. So anything said here should stay here. Judges, let me talk to you about the feedback a little bit. Keep in mind, this is an educational event. So as much as possible, stick to things that help them learn. Definitely ask questions if you're confused about something they did, but also provide some feedback about what they did well or maybe what they did poorly so they can improve throughout the day or improve if they make it to the next round. Judges, you will have a few minutes at the end of this to score, and in your judging form, so you've been given a judging form that we will never collect. We don't need to see this. You can take notes. You can put points in there. I do recommend that you just arbitrarily choose some points for that first team so that you can judge all other teams based on that team. But ultimately, we will never collect these forms. They're there to remind you of things you might want to give them in verbal feedback. The feedback you give today will always be verbal. The forms are just to help you pick your top 3 teams, because right after all these sessions, you will vote for the first round, which is the due diligence round, and you'll get a link to an online form. And it'll look like this. You just pick your number 1, number 2, and number 3 teams for this round. We're going to do this again 2 more times throughout the day for the second and third rounds. So coming out of that, we've got a working lunch. Everybody's doing something slightly different. Teams, you're working on your deliverables. Founders and judges, you're going to have lunch together. And then right after lunch, we'll ask the founders to leave. Thank you. We are done. The organizers will be in touch with some follow-up. Judges, you're going to have a discussion about the startups, the things you're looking for in term sheets. You're not trying to come to a consensus on which startup should have gotten a term sheet or anything like that, but you should hear what your colleagues have to say about, for example, what happened in due diligence in the other rooms. And teams, you're going to work on your written deliverables. So you probably already know these rules. Teams, just putting them up here so you make sure you know them. Your written deliverables are due by email. And judges, I wanted you to know that they are working on templates. And this is for you largely because you have such a time crunch. It's helpful to get things in a similar format. And founders, you should get all of these deliverables emailed to you after the event. It might not be until next week. The organizers are really busy, but please do follow up and get this information. It's good feedback for you to see when you did or did not get term sheets and why. And then after lunch for the teams, the rubber really hits the road as you got to come in and meet the judges and explain to them what just happened. We will start with panel meetings. The judges will all be in one room and teams will come in one at a time to explain their day. We tell them they have the floor, but they should expect to be interrupted. There are no presentations. Teams, please don't just walk through the term sheet. You're better than that. Come in with some kind of agenda to have a discussion about the robust experience you've had here. Judges, don't just rip them apart. I know it's kind of in your DNA, but try to provide feedback, as I've mentioned before. Yes, ask questions if you need clarification as you help pick a winner, but also share maybe what your firm normally does, or it is an educational event, so try to get that across to them. After the partner meetings, there's a second round of voting, and this is based on their written deliverables. So during the partner meeting, I hope any question you have about their written deliverables gets answered. This will be your second round of voting. Then we'll go into individual partner meetings. This is relatively new to VCIC, but it's been working really well. The teams will be in their study rooms, and judges will come through one at a time. You'll have 7 minutes to chat it up. And basically, judges, you have 3 choices. And really, you have these same 3 choices anytime today. One is you could be providing feedback. Just talk to them about what they did well, maybe what they didn't do that well. Secondly, you could ask some clarifying questions. I really didn't understand why you asked this in due diligence or didn't ask this. All right. Look to me like you were going to pick this company, but you didn't pick it. Explain that to me. Or you might just share your perspective. I mean, this is what I would have picked if I were on a team today. Here's how I would have structured the deal. Here's why I would have structured it that way. Any of these is fine that you want to pick. They're going to get a lot of really good individual feedback. And frankly, that is their favorite part of the day, that individual feedback from you guys. And then after that session, the last vote of the day, judges, again, you'll get by email that voting link, and you can put in your final round vote. And you can also go re-vote for a previous round. If a team, for example, explains something that makes it look, in retrospect, what they did in due diligence was really smart, even though you didn't understand it. Only your most recent vote for each round will be counted. From that, we will determine a winner just with cumulative points. Whoever won round by round, we'll add that all up. This happens online. And then we'll have an award ceremony and announce the first winner. The first place team will get an invitation to global finals this year in Chapel Hill. And also the startup with the most term sheets will get an invitation. And this is something we've been doing for a few years, and it's been great. Here are the companies that we had last year. We get startups from all around the country. And actually, we even have one came in from Singapore last year, which made our global finals finally feel a little more global. And we also get judges from all over the country, and hopefully we'll get a few international ones as well. But you see quite a few from California and New York and all around Texas, a few. So I'm excited to see the winning team there, and also excited to see one of the startups. None of this can happen without our host school. So thank you very much, host school. And on that front, thank you very much, organizers. I mean, you look around the room, a lot of people are here making sure we all have an amazing day together. So I hope you do also have an amazing day, and I'll see some of you in Chapel Hill soon. Bye-bye.